Oh, excuse me. And don't laugh, two tribbles died for this.
Okay, if we can begin down at the end. They know. Oh, are we good? Yes, we're good. All right.
I don't think mine's on. On? Yeah.
No, on.
I believe they are.
Very good. No.
Count off.
It is a period of civil war. The spaceships of the rebels, striking swift, from base unseen have gained a victory o'er the cruel galactic empire now adrift. Amidst the battle, rebel spies prevailed and stole the plans to a spaceship vast, whose powerful beams will later be unveiled and crush a planet. 'Tis the Death Star blast. Pursued by agents sinister and cold, now Princess Leia to her home doth flee, delivering plans and a new hope they hold of bringing freedom to the galaxy. In a time so long ago begins our play, in a star-crossed galaxy, far, far away.
Act 1. Aboard the rebel ship. Enter C-3PO and R2-D2.
Now is the summer of our happiness made winter by this sudden fierce attack. Our ship is under siege, I know not how. Oh, hast thou heard? The main reactor fails. We shall most certainly be destroyed by this. Our Lord Madness lies herein. We do not. The princess shall have no escape this time. I fear the battle doth portend the end. Hope! The end of the rebellion. Oh, what misery! Hold, thou art not permitted to go in. Deactivated, thou shalt world, surely will be. Thou shalt not label me a mindless fruit philosopher. Nay, nay, thou overladen blob of grease, thou imp, thou rubbish, bucket fit for scrap, thou blue and silver pile of bantha dung. Now, come and get thee hence way, lest someone see. What secret mission? And what plans? What dost thou talk about? I will surely not get in.
Sound a blast!
I'll warrant I will get this, so say I.
Exit C-3PO into escape pod.
This golden droid hath been a friend, 'tis true, and yet I wish to still his prating tongue. An imp he calleth me, I'll be revenged. Around both humans and the droids I must be seen to make such arrogant sentiments that they shall think me simple. Truly no, although with sounds oblique I speak to them, I clearly see how I shall play my part, and how a vast rebellion shall succeed by wit and wisdom of a simple droid. Climb the metal air into the pod, which shooteth from the ship like a laser blast, and to the planet's face as straight as rod. The capsule takes the droids by power vast.
Darth Vader, only thou couldst be so bold. When first my ship was under siege, I knew 'twas thee who had this peaceful vessel sacked. The Imperial Senate shall not stand for this, for when they hear thou hast attacked a ship on diplomatic mission.
Highness, peace. Be thou not so surprised, for well thou knowest a mercy is not this time. Thine innocent appearance doth disguise a heart with revolution at its core. Aye, several transmissions were there beamed unto this ship by rebel spies. I want to know what happened to the plans they sent. And prithee, speak thou well, or speak thy last. For fairer necks than thine my hand hath crushed.
Thine idle thread is meaningless to me. My neck, my tongue, my mouth, these instruments of speech have not the power to relate the knowledge that thou seekest. For certain 'tis I know nothing of what thou ask of me. For I am but a member of the great imperial senate bound for Alderaan on mission diplomatic.
Nay, thou liest. For thou art with the rebel alliance vile, and worse, a traitor. Take this one away.
Exit stormtroopers with Princess Leia and enter a captain.
Lord Vader, sorry am I to report. There are no battle plans aboard the ship, and neither were transmissions made. There was but one escape pod jettisoned amid the fighting, but no life forms were aboard. For certain 'twas a harmless accident.
With purpose rank must she have quickly hid the plans in the escape pod.
Woman, vile! How could she deceive my subtle mind? The plans of the escape pod, oh, most rare.
Pray, cease thy speech and mark ye what I say. Take thou a keen and swift detachment down, and bring me back the plans. Commander, go. See to the task thyself before the chime. There shall be none to stop our plan this time.
Act 2, the desert planet Tatooine.
And now, dear viewers, shall our play go to a planet stark and drear for our next scene. Imagine sand and rocks within thy view. Prepare thy souls, we fly to Tatooine. The metal droids purchased from Jawa band, by Luke then taken into desert bleak, to search the wastes for one named Obi-Wan, and learn the secrets held by androids meek.
Luke and the droids enter and see Obi-Wan.
But by this light, 'tis Ben Kenobi here. It fills my heart with joy and soothes my pain to meet thee.
Aye, 'tis well, but let's go hence. The jungle wastes no place for travellers is. Now, prithee, good young Luke, say wherefore art thou here, and what strange errand bringeth thee herein where I am wont to dwell?
This droid, he hath brought me here. It seemeth to me that he doth search to find his former master. Yet in all my days I ne'er have such devotion seen as this one showeth from a droid. Yet he claims that he belongeth to a man named Obi-Wan Kenobi. And I thought, perchance, the man some relative of yours may be. Dost thou know of any by such name?
I, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi. It is a name I have not heard for lo these many, many years. A long, long time.
Then thou knowest him.
Aye, verily I do. I know the man as if he were myself. For truly he is. This Obi-Wan, dear Luke, 'tis I.
By heaven's light.
I have not heard this name, this Obi-Wan, since e'en thou thyself were born.
Hast thou done battle in the Clone Wars?
Aye, and once was I a Jedi Knight, the same as thy dear father.
Oh, how tears well up within me for the loss of that dear man, whom never did I know, nor do, nor will.
I tell thee truly, amongst the pilots he was e'er the greatest in the galaxy. He also was a cunning warrior, and to the last was he a dear, dear friend. I hear thou art a pilot skilled as well. This calleth to my mind a gift I have for thee. But thy father hath desired that thou shouldst have this weapon when thou wert of age.
Pray tell, what is it?
Thy father's lightsaber. It is the weapon of a Jedi Knight. If thou in thine own hand could hold a sun, then thou wouldst know the power of this tool. Not merely random, neither awkward like a blaster. Nay, the lightsaber maintains a noble elegance, a Jedi's pride. 'Tis something for a civilized new age.
Now holdeth Luke the weapon in his hand, and with a switch the flame explodes in blue. The noble light Luke's reverence doth command. That instant was a Jedi born anew. Now does the Force begin to work in him. For many generations, Jedi were the guarantors of justice, peace, and good within the old Republic.
ere the dark times came and ere the Empire began to reign.
How hath my father died?
A Jedi named Darth Vader, I, a lad whom I had taught until he evil turned, did help the Empire hunt and then destroy the Jedi. He hath thy father murdered, and now a Jedi nearly all extinct. Young Vader was seduced and taken by the dark side of the Force.
The Force?
The Force. The Force doth give a Jedi all his power, and 'tis a field of energy that doth surround and penetrate and bind all things together here within our galaxy.
In hearing this wise man, I have almost my errand quite forgot. Now to my work.
And now, my little friend, shall I attempt to find out whence thou came, and to discern the reason wherefore thou hast left thine home for lands unknown, a mission to pursue.
He hath a message plate.
Thus have I found.
Dear General Kenobi, many years ago thou served my noble father in the Clone Wars. Now he beggeth thee to come again and aid him in his struggle with the Empire. Sadly, may I not be there with thee in person. My request to give, my ship of late has fallen under siege, and thus my mission, bringing thee unto my cherished planet, Alderaan, hath failed. Yet have I, deep within the memory banks of this brave R2 unit, stored the plans most vital for the rebellion's victory. My father can retrieve the plans therein, but I must ask of thee to take the droid and bring him unto Alderaan with care. The desperate hour is now upon us. Please, I beg thee, sir, oh help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, help. Thou art mine only hope.
Thou must be taught the Force if thou wouldst come away with me and go to Alderaan.
Thou knowest, friend, what I have seen today. I wish to come with thee to Alderaan, for nothing have I here on Tatooine. Then shall I learn the Force and shall become a Jedi like my father. Thus I vow!
Act 3.
Now in her cell, the princess doth remain, with hope and trouble written on her face. At times she faces torture, horrid pain. With these tools, Vader seeks the rebel base. While Leia in her captive state is kept, young Luke and Obi-Wan set on their way. Approaching town, they hope to intercept a pilot to transport them sans delay.
Mos Eisley Spaceport. Never shalt thou find a hive more rank and wretched, aye, and filled with villainies. So must we cautious be.
I prithee speak, how long hast these droids?
'Tis 3 or mayhap 4 full seasons now.
We are prepared to sell them, shouldst thou wish.
Now is the Force to noble purpose used, not as the Sith employing it to smite, hath through the dark side ranked the Force abused. Good Obi-Wan shall use the Force for right. Pray, show me now thy papers.
Nay, thou dost not need to see his papers.
Nay, we do not need to see his papers.
True it is that these are not the droids for which thou searchest.
These are not the droids for which we search.
And now the lad may go his merry way.
Lad, I prithee go thy merry way.
Now get thee hence.
Now, get thee hence. Go hence.
Exit 2 stormtroopers. Luke, Obi-Wan, and the droids enter the cantina.
Now, by my troth, I cannot
Quick,
comprehend...
I need a lightsaber right now. Right there. Sorry, go ahead.
Now, by my troth, I cannot comprehend how we, those threatening stormtroopers, did escape. Verily, I thought our end was nigh.
The Force hath mighty power o'er the weak and simple-minded of this universe.
Dost thou believe we shall therein, in yon dank place, discover any pilot who hath means to transport us to Alderon?
A goodly crew of freighter pilots here may oft be found, but prithee, take good care, this small cantina hath an ill repute.
I find myself prepared for everything.
The youth hath vigor, hopefully judgment.
Enter Chewbacca, speaking with Obi-Wan and Han Solo.
Chewbacca here doth service as first mate upon a ship that may our purpose meet.
Han Solo at thy service, gentlemen. The great Millennium Falcon is my ship. My first mate, Chewie, telleth me seek safe passage to the system Alderaan.
Aye, true, if 'tis a vessel swift of flight.
A vessel swift of flight, thou sayest. Hast thou not heard of the Millennium Falcon, sir?
Nay, who should I have?
'Tis but the ship that hath the Kessel Run accomplished in 12 parsecs, nothing more. I shall not brag about her speed, good sir. Suffice to say, the ship shall fill thy needs, as she's the fastest here. But nothing more. Pray tell, what shall the cargo be?
Myself, the boy, 2 droids, and ne'er a question asked.
Aye, there's the rub. So shalt thou farther pay. 10,000 is the cost, and every bit shalt thou deliver ere we leave the dock.
10,000? Fie, we could our own ship buy for such a sum as this.
Goodly jest, for who should pilot such a ship? Shouldest thou?
Thou knave, I could indeed. A pilot skilled am I in my own right. Now, should we stay and be abused by this man's words?
2,000 can we render to thee now, and 15 more deliver when we come with safety unto Alderaan's bright port.
Say 17. Congratulations, men. Thou hast a ship secured and will depart whenever thou art prepared. Thou shalt find me at docking harbor number 94.
Aye, 94.
It seemeth that thou may already have provoked some interest.
Exit Obi-Wan and Luke as stormtroopers pass by.
17! So must they desperate be. This truly may my swift deliverance prove. Go thou into the ship and be prepared.
Chewbacca exits. Enter Greedo, stopping Han Solo as the latter begins to exit.
Yes, indeed, good Greedo. I have planned to make my way unto thy master. Tell thou Jabba plain, I've obtained his money.
So beachley, na mala trumpi chok makachisa. Na Jabba wimichi kofba mershan. Tutin wanya yoskat.
'Tis true, yet this time the money truly mine. This bounty hunter doth my patience try. Nay, nay, I have not money with me now. Tell Jabba. Nay, not that. The day when Jabba taketh my ship shall be the day you find me a grave man. Aye, true. I'll warrant thou hast wished this day.
They shoot. Greedo dies.
Pray, goodly sir, forgive me the mess. And whether I shot first, I shall dare confess.
Space, aboard of the Millennium Falcon.
Mos Eisley now is left behind at last, while newer scenes come into view apace. As Han's Millennium Falcon flies far and fast, the action of our play moves back to space.
Now we are followed hard upon by an Imperial cruiser. Verily, these passengers of great import must be, for they by the Emperor hotly are pursued. Chewbacca, prithee, swift make our defense, and angle the deflector shield whilst I make plain the calculations for light speed.
Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi and Luke Skywalker.
Now vigilance, my Wookiee. Quickly, come, 2 further ships to try and block our path.
Nay, wherefore canst thou not outrun them both? For thou didst boast of this strange vessel's speed.
Again he prattles on about this ship. Oh, would that I had left him on the ground. The travel into hyperspace is not the same as thine dusting of the crops upon thy land of infinite dry sand. Sand's calculations quite exact. We would be like run through a belt of asteroids, or hit upon a planet's center mark. Should such our fate become, thy trip would end before it had begun.
But oh, what now? What light through yonder flashing sensor breaks?
It marks the last of yon deflector shield. I bid thee peace. Now sit and take heed, for all's prepared to jump unto light speed.
Han graspeth quick the console in his hand. Then suddenly the ship is bathed in light. With roar of engine, noise profound and grand, the great Millennium Falcon takes her flight.
Inside the Death Star, enter Grand Moff Tarkin and Princess Leia bound with guards and Darth Vader.
Ah, Governor Tarkin, scurvy knave art thou. Now seems it plain to me that Vader doth perform the part of docile dog unto the sickening whinny of his master's voice. Familiar stench of dog's best friend have I marked deep with my sense, in my sense of smell, in when I came into this station.
Ever wert thou charming, Leia, even to the last? Thou couldst not comprehend how hard it was. Aye, verily, how I did sigh and weep to give thee order to destroy thy life.
Surprised I am that thou had the courage so to take the responsibility for such as this unto thy cowardly small self.
My princess, ere thou executed art, I would thou join me for a moment full of pomp and circumstance. For at this grand and noble ceremony shall the power of this great battle station here be shown to be quite fully operational. Now no star system shall e'er dare oppose the Emperor.
Oh, but how wrong thou art! The more that thou dost exercise thy grip, the more star systems through that grip shall fall.
Not after we have shown the power vast. This battle station shall to them display, and to the point, thou hast determined what the primary demonstration of its force shall be. Which planet shall oblivion face? Since thou hast so refused to grant to us the hid location of the rebel base, I shall unleash the station's power upon thine own home planet, even Alderaan.
Nay, do not so to peaceful Alderaan.
Thou shalt a military target name, then render swift the system's name as well. Or else, thy precious Alderaan goes to it. I tire of asking, o'er and o'er, so thus I promise, this shall be the final time. Where is thy rebel base?
On Dantooine. They may be found on planet Dantooine.
Ha ha! Thou seest, Vader, how a cat may have her claws removed. Now, Admiral, thou mayest continue with thy weapons test, and surely mayest thou fire when all's prepared.
What madness here!
Thou far too trusting art. The tiny Dantooine is too remote to show this station's power. But pray, fear not. We shall in time thy rebel friends pursue. To do the governor's most evil will, the people on the Death Star quickly rise. With mighty flash, the beams burst bright and shrill, and Alderaan is shattered before their eyes.
Space, aboard the Millennium Falcon.
Now breaks my heart, as through the force I sense the suffering of many worthy souls. I know not what this doth portend, and yet I fear the worst.
Good sir, how farest thou?
Forsooth, a great disturbance in the force have I just felt. 'Twas like a million mouths cried out in fear at once, and then were gone. All hushed and quiet, silent to the last. I fear a stroke of evil hath occurred, but thou, good Luke, thy practice recommence.
Enter Han Solo.
Thou mayest all thy troubles now forget. Imperial knaves have been outrun at last. Nay, speak thou not thy thanks too heartily, else shall thy praise go swiftly to my head. But here we shall at Alderaan arrive ere long.
Remember, Luke, the Force doth smoothly flow within the feelings of a Jedi Knight.
But doth the Force control one's every move?
'Tis somewhat so, but also shall the Force obey thine every command, young Luke.
This Force, by troth, I'll ne'er comprehend. It doth control and also doth obey. But paradox, what fickle-natured power, aye, frailty thy name be like, is Force. Alack, this small remote hath struck again.
Thy errant systems of belief, thy weapons ancient, all thy mysteries, thy robes and meditations o'er the air, thy superstitions, even thy precious Force, cannot compare to my religion true, a trusty blaster ever by my side. With thus I say my prayers and guard my soul.
Devoted follower must thou be with such a speech. Pray tell me, pilgrim reverend, dost thou most truly disbelieve the Force?
A pilgrim truly said, for I've gone from galaxy to galaxy and more, yet never hath this faithful worshipper found aught to recommend that strange belief. A single force that binds the universe? True 'tis, no power mystical controls Han Solo's yet unfinished destiny.
Now prithee, try again and lay aside thy conscious self. Take thou this helmet thick, adorn thine eyes with silver shield opaque, and trust thine instincts only as thy guide.
But surely 'tis a jest. For with this shield I nothing now can see. How can I fight? I truly fight, or walk, or even stand. Without one's sight, but little can be done.
Nay, 'tis in blindness one doth truly see, for eyes deceive, and sight is known to lie. Let feelings be thy sight, their guidance trust.
With mind unsure, Luke readies for the fight. The small remote doth dodge most suddenly, but with calm mind, Luke blocks its lasers bright. With inner eye, the Force has let him see.
Hurrah! Thou canst do it!
'Tis luck no more.
Experience hath taught me much, dear man, and none of it hath shown me aught of luck.
To find success against a small remote is well, and taketh skill, I do confess. To find success against a living soul, however, also taketh excellence. It seemeth we draw near to Alderaan.
Exit Han Solo and Chewbacca.
I did feel something, Obi-Wan, 'tis true. Seems I fixed my soul's eye on the remote.
Seems, young one? No, thou didst. Think thou not seems? Thou hast the first step taken towards a world far greater than thou now canst command. And thus begins, if I have seen aright, his transformation into Jedi Knight.
Space. Aboard the Millennium Falcon. Enter Han Solo and Chewbacca.
Now, dropping out of Lightspeed's frantic rush, we enter swift unto the area where should there be great Alderaan in view. But pray, what madness meets the Falcon's flight? Is this an asteroid field I see before me? The ship hath brought a course direct and true, and yet no Alderaan may here be found. O errand vile, O portents of great ill, what shall it mean when planets are no more for those who make their wages by the stars?
What news, good Han?
The ship's position hits the mark, and yet no Alderaan there is.
I pray thee, Mary's sake, what canst thou mean? How can a planet vanish in the air?
Thou hast said right, my lad. It is not there. The planet's gone, all turned to rock and ash.
Thou speakst not right. Say, how? Pray, how? Tell how?
Destroyed it was, and by the Empire cruel.
1,000 ships could not destroy the planet. Truly, 'twould take greater power than ever there was known to humankind. But soft, another ship approaches quick.
Belike they can tell the tale to us to relate.
Imperial fighter 'tis.
And that may chase.
Nay, nay, a short-range fighter 'tis.
No base is there nearby. Whence cometh it?
The ship departed swiftly. If they have identified our lot, we shall have strife.
'Tis my intent to keep us from that fate. Chewbacca, render its transmissions blocked.
Dost thou agree a fighter of its size, this deep in space, could not have come alone?
Belike 'twas in a group, and now is lost.
It shall not live to tell the tale today.
Forsooth, he makes his way to that small moon.
I may play checkmate upon him ere he lands.
Alas, I sense the game, and we're the pawns. That is no moon, 'tis space station there.
'Tis far too large a space station to be.
My feelings now do stir. I sense them well. They tell me we shall lose the match we play.
Pray turn thee now the ship around.
I shall. Now, Chewie, lock quick the auxiliary power.
Why do we still approach? What can be done?
It hath the advantage, using tractor beam to pull us in unto its landing bay.
But pray, some move thou must have left to make.
My moves are finished, lad. I must shut down. Else shall the ship entire soon come apart. But still, with all my players shall I fight.
Thou canst not win, but will by strategy some good alternatives to fighting see.
So enters the Millennium Falcon in unto the Death Star, grand and stark and mean. With fear the Wookiee and the 3 brave men look on as their space journey changes scene. Meanwhile, the denizens within the base make haste to catch the ship that cometh near. Commanders come with well-armed guards apace, while stormtroopers do at their posts appear.
Act 4, inside the Death Star.
No person is aboard the ship, my lord. The log maintained on board doth tell a tale of all the crew abandoning the ship directly after its departure. 'Tis no doubt a decoy, sir, for all the pods have been launched.
Hast thou found any droids?
Nay, truly not, my lord. If there had been, then surely they must have been abandoned too.
Send thou a scanty crew aboard the ship, and check its nooks and crannies every bit.
I would, my lord.
Exit Captain.
Distracted is my mind, but through its cloudy haze the reason comes. Unless I am in error, someone here has come. I have not felt this presence since the days that are but dark in memory. This presence I have known since I was young. This presence that once called me closest friend. This presence that hath all my hopes betrayed. This presence that hath turned my day to night. This awful presence present here must be. So shall I to this presence violence present.
Exit Darth Vader. Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Chewbacca, C-3PO, and R2-D2 emerge from hiding.
'Tis fortunate thou hast these storage bins.
Their use hath ever been for smuggling goods. Never have I thought I would smuggle myself herein. All we do is madness. Fie, if we could start the ship, that tractor beam would bring its eagle's talons round my neck.
The tractor beam thou mayst leave unto me.
Thou fool, I knew thou wouldst sayest as much.
I say thou fool. Then fool, good sir, am I. But when thou sayest fool, remember well that fools do walk in foolish company. For who is he who hath more foolish been, the fool or other fool who follows him?
They hide. Guards 1 and 2 stand by while scanning crew enters the ship and are bested by our heroes. Han and Luke emerge dressed as stormtroopers.
Fie, with all this howling nonsense and with all thy blasting, 'tis a miracle that all within the station have not heard of our arrival.
Surely let them come. A fight would I prefer to sneaking yon and hither.
We have the outlet for the system found.
'Tis well. Plug R2 in and he shall read. The whole Imperial network.
Now have we found the main control unto the power beam that holds the ship, Aaron. We shall attempt to show thee presently where its exact location may be found. A power loss at any terminal shall set the good Millennium Falcon free.
Methinks ye two cannot assist me now. This one, e'en I, shall go alone.
Right, good. So shall I hearken unto what thou sayest, for I already on this voyage have done more than which I have been paid.
I would go with thee, sir.
Pray, patience, Luke, for thou must stay and guard the vital droids. Thy destiny, dear boy, doth truly go upon a path far different from mine, and fate for thee hath spun another thread than what she hath for Obi-Wan's life stitched. The Force, it shall be with thee always, Luke.
Exit Obi-Wan.
He hath bestowed a Jedi's blessing here, so why then am I utterly unnerved?
Wookiee, thou hast spoken well and true. Whence hast this old bag of bones uncovered?
Yon Ben in all good virtues doth excel.
I certain he excelleth when the goal is but to lead us into great trouble.
But thou hast not excelled at offering a thought to how we can this station escape.
Yet any simple plan, excellent though remaining here till all descend on us, it taketh not a wisdom that excels to know for certain fact that such is true.
I prithee, what doth all this beeping mean?
Sir, I confess I do not know. He hath declared that he hath found her. Found her. Repeats, she's here. She's here.
But Mary who?
Good Princess Leia.
Princess Leia? Here?
What sayest of the princess?
Where thou droid, say? Where?
What princess? On thy life, this thing in veil.
E now, the princess is on level 5, attention block of AA23.
Oh me, this new discovery of mine doth shake my core, and shall arouse their souls.
I fear, good sir, it doth give certain news. The princess shall be terminated soon.
Nay, nay. So quickly met and now with this so quickly lost. Now must we swiftly act.
What dost thou prattle on about? Pray tell.
The droids, these droids are hers. She hath appeared in message urgent too. I see thou canst not understand it well, yet what I know is this. We must give her whate'er unflagging help and hope we may.
Speak not with such great folly. Obi-Wan hath told us to remain.
Yet knew he not that she is here. Pray, tell me how we may straight make our way to the detention block.
I say, we have said before, to this location is my purpose fixed, and whether princess be within or no, I tell thee plain, I shall not thither go.
She shall be executed. Thou hast said mere minutes past that thou wouldst not remain to see our sudden, sure imprisonment. Now is thy fondest wish that we should stay?
To march to the detention block's unwise, to make our way to danger folly 'tis, to there present ourselves as passing mad, to boldly go where none hath gone as wild.
Hast thou no heart? She sentenced is to die.
My sentence is, 'tis better she than I.
I tell thee true, the lady wealthy is.
Say wealthy.
Wealthy I, with power. If thou wouldst rescue her, thy great reward would be.
Pray what?
Well, more I'll warrant than thou mayest imagine.
Thou jostlest, for my imagination hath few bounds.
Thou shalt have it.
So would I.
Aye, thou wilt.
Enough, I'm engaged. But I do hope thou knowest well of what thou speakest here.
Well, well.
Hast thou a plan?
C-3PO, I prithee, pass those binding cuffs to me. Good Wookiee, I shall put these on thee now. Han, perhaps thou shouldst bet on her health.
Han Solo cuffs Chewbacca.
Fear not, dear Chewie. Now his plan is plain.
My Master Luke, forgive my question, Frank. What should we do if we discovered our...
Lock out the door.
And pray that Blaster's none.
'Tis not a reassuring word.
So now Chewbacca, Han, and Luke proceed unto detention level 5, quite grave. The minions of the Death Star pay no mind, nor are they by these three at all dismayed. They do not fear the Wookiee for kind, are Han and Luke as stormtroopers arrayed. Meanwhile, in stealth does Obi-Wan pass by, and to the terminal doth make his way. And while he goes, Darth Vader feels him fly, so every character his role doth play.
This plan it shall not work.
And wherefore hast thou not said this ere now?
Aye, but I have.
Luke, Han Solo, and Chewbacca enter the detention block.
By heaven, I say, where takest thou this thing?
This prisoner had been transferred here from cell 1138.
No one hath told me so. Thus, till my duty to confirm that word.
Be swift and merciless, good Luke.
With blasters raised and targets in their scopes, the three do overtake the Imperial threat. This obstacle overcome, they have fresh hopes, but still their way hath not been made clear yet.
Now shall we see where my princess lies. It saith herein she is held in the cell 2187. Go, I'll hold them here. Oh, be not anxious, comrades, fear ye not. The situation here hath been controlled. All merit is in the detention block.
But what hath happened?
'Tis no matter, sir, a slight malfunction of the weapons here, but all is well, and we are all well, and all within are well. Prisoners too are well, 'tis well, and thou art also well?
We shall dispatch a squad to verify.
Nay, there's a reactor in the leak here. Pray, give us time to mend the matter well. The leak is large and dangerous, but fear thou not, for all I tell thee true is well.
But who art thou, and what is thy number code?
Han Solo blasts the comlink.
That conversation did my spirits bore. Now, Luke, prepare thyself for company.
Luke enters Princess Leia's cell.
Thou truly art in jest. Art thou not small of stature, if thou art a stormtrooper? Empire shrink for want of taller troops? The Empire's evil ways outground a grand, but must its soldiers want for fear of height?
So hath my introduction fallen short. She sees the uniform, but not the man. Luke Skywalker am I. I have thy droids. My noble errand is to rescue thee, and I, with Ben Kenobi, have come here.
With Ben Kenobi? Where is he?
Draw near.
Inside the Death Star enter Darth Vader and Grand Moff Tarkin.
I tell thee, he is here.
Old Obi-Wan Kenobi, wherefore dost thou think 'tis so?
A tremor in the force hath been my guide. When last I felt its movement, I was in the presence of my former master, he.
'Twas years ago. He must be dead by now.
Thou shouldst not underestimate the power of the force doth hold.
The Jedi are extinct. Their power from the universe is gone. And thou, dear friend, art all that remain of their misguided, old religious ways. Beep! Pray, what?
Detention AA-23 hath sounded an emergency alert.
The princess? Fine, put thou all sections on alert.
I tell thee, Obi-Wan is here. Even now, surely within him is the force.
If thou art right, he must not be allowed this station to escape. Nay, never, nay.
Escape is not his plan. I must confront my former master, and must do it alone.
Inside the Death Star, enter Han Solo and Chewbacca with stormtroopers entering and Luke and Leia aside.
With hearty blast the Imperial troops appear. Their coming doth require that Han retreat. In moment dangerous amidst great fear, here Han and Leia for the first time meet.
Our exit's blocked now, with a fool's great skill.
With a fool's great skill, hast thou our route to freedom quite cut off?
Mayhap thy highness would prefer her so?
C-3PO, canst thou by any means discover how we made the cell block leave? Our entry point is now a deadly end.
All to thy presence have alerted been. The entrance only takes one in or out. All other information where thou art hath been restricted.
Now we are quite trapped.
I cannot hold them back forever, sure.
It's quite a rescue thou hast planned for me. Thou hast come in, but how shalt thou go out? Hath folly been thy guide?
He hath the plan, not I, though sweetheart of ingratitude.
Leia takes Luke's blaster and shoots a hole in the wall.
By what dark sprite of hell art thou possessed?
It falls to me to make our rescue good. Now follow me into the refuse.
Princess Leia leaps into the chute.
Go thou hence. Get in thou furry lump. I care not what thou smellest within, unless 'tis death must be a sweeter smell than this attack. Now go, be not afeard, my friend.
Chewbacca leaps into the chute.
I say, what charming girl thou hast found. I either shall destroy her, or perhaps I may in time begin to like the wench.
Nay, executioner or lover, both are far too great a role for thee to play.
Now go and follow I. All else be damned.
Luke and Han leap into the chute.
The scene doth shift unto the refuse space, where all is wrought as like a funeral pyre. Though safe our heroes other roads now face, they go from frying pan into the fire.
Oh, what wonder the human mind hath thought to bring us here. Your highness must be lauded greatly for discovering such a wondrous smell as this. I'll blast the door. Swift, get thee hence.
Nay, prithee, shoot not!
Han shoots and the blast ricochets.
Thou errant knave! Wouldst thou undo us all? I have already tried to exit thus the blow, as thou now plainly see. Thou brute, the passageway is sealed magnetically.
Now rid us of this blaster, quickly too, else shall thine edgy trigger finger mean the certain death of all of us herein.
Oh, I thy worship, ha! 'Twas all in my control, till thou didst lead us to this heap. Now shall the stormtroopers need any time to calculate where we have all flown.
And yet, as I say to you, it could be worse.
'Tis worse.
I'll warrant something lives in here.
'Tis but thy keen imagination, Luke.
'Twas not just my imagination that hath now swum boldly past my leg, or else imagination now hath body too. I there, did thine eye see, did but a mere imagined figment just swim by?
See what?
Yet ere young Luke with answers can respond, depths below. For several moments in that garbage pond, no sign is seen beneath the murky flow. An ominous sound breaks forth into the pit, and seconds later Luke emerges spent. The beast's pursuit of him for now is quit. A greater challenge does this represent.
Oh, miracle! Thou art truly saved. What happened there, below the briny sludge?
I do not know. The slimy creature hath released its vice-like grip on me and fled.
I have a feeling bad about this sound.
The walls begin to contract.
Oh, horrid fate. Begin to move.
Be not feared, and stand thou not in awe, but rouse thee now and halt its sure approach. Now lend me thy assistance.
But wait, I have a comlink and may hail the droids. C-3PO, say, art thou there? Pray, speak!
But while he tries to hail the golden droid, C-3PO hath troubles of his own, for stormtroopers are to their room deployed, and now the droids must save themselves alone.
Oh, grant us help for their madmen here, who have e'en now to the prison level gone. If thou but hurry, thou mayst catch them there.
Well said, my friend. He hath a merry wit when pride and scorn fall not from out his mouth.
Aye, prithee fellows, come and follow me.
3PO!
Now climb on top.
In faith, I try.
Where is the knave? C-3PO!
I fear a wicked fate's befallen them. Pray R2, see if their imprisoned are. Now search apace. Beep, squeak, beep, beep, beep.
One thing is certain, we shall thinner be. I shall not lose my wit, in death's face.
They are not found. Oh, great relief. Where may they be? Use the comm link. Oh, I had forgotten quite and turned it off. Pray art thou there, sir?
3PO, 'tis thou?
I will confess we've had some problems faced.
Peace, 3PO, thine ears and not thy voice. Disarm thou every refuse basher on detention levels. Dost thou mark me, droid? Rather, else is no more.
Nay, shut them all down. Hurry, R2, go. Beep, squeak, beep, boo, boo. No, master, have I ever respected so? Thus at this moment grave, I do declare, there is no etiquette for shedding tears. No protocol can e'er express my woe.
A plague on 3PO for action slow. A plague upon my quest that led us here. A plague on both our circuit boards, I say.
Nay, fear not, dear droid. We all still live. Pray open thou the door on maintenance hat 326827. Blessed be.
O fondest hope, O fervent prayers now heard. My master is alive and plagues deterred.
Inside the Death Star, enter Obi-Wan Kenobi in stealth with 2 stormtroopers near a power terminal.
While Luke and Leia, Han and Chewie flee, old Obi-Wan has reached the power source. He cuts the tractor beam quite cunningly, then makes his exit, drawing on the Force.
What do these warnings tell? Shall we explore?
Belike 'tis just a drill, and nothing more.
Inside the Death Star, enter Luke Skywalker holding a stormtrooper's helmet.
Alas, poor stormtrooper, I knew not. Yet have I ta'en both uniform and life from thee. What manner of a man wert thou? A man of infinite jest or cruelty? A man with help meet and with children too? A man who hath his empire served with pride? A man, perhaps, who wished for perfect peace? Whate'er thou wert, good man, thy pardon grant unto the one who took thy place in me.
Enter Han Solo, Chewbacca, and Princess Leia.
If we may female given advice avoid, we should be well upon our merry way.
I stand by ready to be gone from here.
Say, where dost thou go to, Wookie? Where?
Han fires.
Thou brute, they shall all hear.
Pray, come thou thee here. Chewbacca, else I brand thee coward.
Now use thine ears, and if thou hast thy brain, I know not who thou art or whence thou camest, yet from this moment thou shalt heed my words.
Your worship, prithee let me be direct. I have one lord and master, 'tis myself, and only from that one take I commands.
I wonder great that thou art still alive. Now, prithee, shall this walking carpet be removed from my path?
A saucy wit, a wicked tongue that will be tamed, I vow. No other payment is reward enough.
They come upon the hangar overlooking the Millennium Falcon.
There 'tis.
C-3PO, say art thou there?
Aye, sir.
And art thou safe?
For now we are. We are positioned in the hangar just across directly from the gallant ship.
And we are just above thee. So stand by.
Hast thou come here in battle gaily? Thou art perhaps then braver than I thought.
'Tis well and good, though I need not thy praise. Now, let us hence, and to the ship repair.
The foursome toward the ship with swift foot race, but soon they meet with opposition dire. Chewbacca goes with Han, both giving chase, while Luke and Leia to other paths aspire.
Fly hence, my friends, and meet us at the ship.
Exit Han Solo and Chewbacca chasing stormtroopers.
A lion's share of courage, have you not?
Alas, now is your heart moved unto him. What help is courage if it leads to death? Come now, let us flee another way.
The chase is underway as all make haste. Han, once pursuer, soon becomes pursued. When with a mass of stormtroopers he's faced, he turneth quick as like a man unglued. Meanwhile, the princess and young Luke do flee from troopers coming after them with speed. They happen on an open door and see a chasm past which they cannot proceed.
Belike we have an errant corner turn, for this deep hole leads not unto the ship.
Pursues methinks that we shall safer be in with the pit, behind a door shut fast.
She shuts the door, sorry.
Yet now I see no lock we may employ. So what for our dear freedom is the key?
Luke shoots the door.
I take a note from the Han and blaster use. Belike that shall keep enemies at bay.
We must o'erleap this deep abyss somehow. Pray, canst thou use thy sharp wit and earnest wit to find a means for lengthening the bridge?
Oh, now the wisdom of old Obi-Wan is proven, for the blaster was too harsh.
Do something, prithee, or they shall burst through.
So clever Luke the scene he doth survey, and soon conceives the noble plan to cross, to take their flight and save them sans delay. He bears a length of rope as thin as floss. Attacked now Leia matches fire with fire, and so they toss a swinging o'er the abyss. But ere they fly, the princess doth inspire more strength than Luke by means of royal kiss.
For luck, before our flight, dear friend, a kiss upon thy cheek from lips of mine, a kiss to give thee hope and confidence, a kiss to bring us courage in this time. Now take this kiss. My gift bestowed by choice, and on the other side we will soon rejoice.
Inside the Death Star.
While droids do worry o'er their master's fate, Han and Chewbacca make their swift escape, while Luke and Leia now in safety wait. A mighty final duel taketh shape.
Enter Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi, with stormtroopers watching.
For certain I have waited, Obi-Wan, and now at last we meet together here. Our destinies once and for all fulfilled. The circle of our lives is now complete. A student was I when I left thee last, but now I am the master over thee.
Thou art a master, Darth, I know 'tis true, but only evil hast thou mastered yet.
They duel.
In time thy powers have become weak, old man.
And yet thou canst not win. I'll warrant, Darth, for if thou strikest me down, e'en now, e'en here, I shall more great and powerful become than e'er thou hast imagined possible.
I tell thee plainly, thou shouldst not have returned.
What noble battle passes twixt these men? Lightsabers rage from Sith and Jedi Knight. Now whilst the two in conflict strike their blows, the others come that they the ship may find. At first Han Solo with Chewbacca shows, then Luke and Princess Leia just behind.
Enter Han Solo with Chewbacca aside.
Did we not just leave this frightening party?
Enter Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia.
Where hast thou been?
We did some old friends meet, but finding them unfriendly, have both vowed to find far truer, better friends henceforth.
Hast thou seen any problems with the ship?
It seemeth fine, if we may approach and get beyond the stormtroopers. Aye, then my fondest hope is that thine Obi-Wan hath vanquished the wicked tractor beam.
Behold what ease the stormtroopers. Go hence, go hence.
Now, 'tis a chance. Come, good R2-D2.
I will he now be meeting me?
Fly, fly, good friend. the ship, make haste.
As everyone unto the ship draws nigh, young Luke sees Obi-Wan trade slice with slice, and Ben Kenobi, catching young Luke's eye, prepares to make a gracious sacrifice.
A Jedi is not made of fear or hate, but must a nobler countenance display. It is a lesson learned in times gone by, that still I teach myself unto this day. Full many years I spent with thoughts of this. I shall in this, my final moment, set a keen example for the universe, that future generations may yet know the valor and the strength of Jedi Knights. Put up thy lightsaber now, Obi-Wan, and show thyself a Jedi to this sun.
Obi-Wan raises his lightsaber and is killed by Darth Vader.
No! The cry of nay escapes Luke's trembling lip, and stormtroopers turn round to see them there. A battle great begins before the ship. As to the falcon these brave souls repair. But ere the group departs amid the fray, Luke hears the voice of Obi-Wan inside. Pray, run, Luke, run, the inner voice doth say. And Luke the Death Star leaves, with Force as guide.
Okay. Act 5. Inside the Death Star, enter Grand Moff Tarkin and Darth Vader.
Now have they gone? The rebels truly fled?
They have. Even now, the jump to light speed made.
And thou art sure, I prithee, say thou art, the homing beacon safe aboard the ship, hath placed been? I fear this risk's unwise.
The risk and homing beacon both have been well placed. Thou, Tarkin, be assured thereon.
'Tis well, good friend, I trust thy word herein. Yet would I have thee know what dangers here, while I have risked the world to let them flee, since thou dost reassure the risks on thee.
Space, aboard the Millennium Falcon, enter Han Solo and Princess Leia.
Thy rescue hath been wondrous, thinkest thou not? Say I, at times I do myself amaze. Amazing hath my rescue of thee been. Amazing is my hand in piloting. Amazing all my parts in this escape. Amazing I, 'tis true, my handsome looks.
Amazing is thy pride and love of self. Thus stand I now amazed that thou ere then shouldst allow thy great amazing self to stoop so low that thou wouldst rescue such as I. But let me now amaze thee, if I may, by telling thee that thy amazement is misplaced. For never have imperial ships let enemies escape with such great ease as thou and thy amazing vessel have just now amazingly escaped.
Call this venture easy, princess?
I'll warrant that we're being tracked thee now.
This ship shall never attract thee, good sis.
Methinks thou dost upon this vessel far too great a trust bestow. But none of that, I am merely believe that R2 doth the information in him guard.
Wherefore does this matter, princess? Say, what carries thee?
Rebellion's greatest hope, for he doth hold the readouts, technical unto the battle station, either one that such great power displayed or Alderaan. My hope it is that when the data can be read, an inner weakness we shall find. Though thou hast seen this battle end, the war has not concluded yet.
But there thou errest. Dost thou speak my mind? For this ship and its pilot, princess, 'tis concluded now. I have not joined thy revolution. Nay, my purpose runs not to the rebellion help. My purpose runs not to assist thyself. My purpose runs towards one aim alone, and I do speak it plain. I shall be paid.
O fiendish knave, be thou concerned not o'er thy reward. If thou in money dost find love, then surely thou shalt have it, I.
Enter Luke Skywalker.
Thy friend in every part, a hired man, a mercenary, with no mercy he. I question whether he doth care for aught or anyone.
But I do care I do? If only, Leia, thou didst know how much. Pray tell me, Han, what dost thou think of her?
I tell thee true, my mind is settled fast when it thinks not of her.
'Tis well, 'tis well.
The woman truly had a spirit bold, and yet I know not. What thinkest thou, I pray? Thinkest thou Princess could with me be?
Nay.
The rebel base on Yavin 4.
The swift Millennium Falcon makes its course unto the place the Empire long has sought. On Yavin 4, rebellion hath its source, o'er which the final battle shall be fought.
Friends, rebels, starfighters, lend me your ears. Wish not we had a single fighter more. If we are marked to die, we are enough to make our planets proud. But should we win, we fewer rebels share the greater fame. The princess hath a planet lost, with friends and family alike, how great her pain! And yet, as grave as that emotion is, she knoweth they would have her lead us still. Oh, great shall be the triumph of that hour, when empire haughty, vast and powerful, is felled by simple hands, a rebel's base is shown the might of our good company!
Enter Han Solo.
Now what is this? Thou hast thy only love, thy dear reward, and now thou leavest quick?
'Tis true, I do confess, for I shall ne'er be free unless I use this great reward to clear me from the crushing weight of debt. And be thou honest, should I here remain to fight against a power as great as this? 'Tis foolishness, this fight. 'Tis lunacy. Pray, Luke, come thou with us. Thou art a brave and worthy lad, with wit and strength to fight.
Speak thou not so, but open up thine eyes. See here what noble cause thou leavest behind. Look in the hearts of these good people here. Behold the force that keeps rebellion strong. Thou must have eyes to see what happens here, how great the cost of this bleak battle is. Thou knowest well what talent thou dost hold, to pilot and to lead with manner bold. Turn not thy back upon thy faith, good Han, but turn thy heart and stay with us to fight.
What value hath reward when one is killed? What benefit gives honor to the dead? To try to fight against that station, Luke, is not good courage, rather suicide.
Then take thou care now, Han, thou solo act. For certain 'tis the part thou best dost play.
Nay, listen. May the force be with thee, Luke.
Exit Han Solo. Enter Princess Leia.
What is the matter, Luke?
'Tis only Han. Methought he had a heart for good, but nay, he hath not changed his mind.
He has a path unto himself. None, thou, nor I, nor aught can plot the course he chooses verily.
I wish as well that Ben were here with us.
A kiss I gave thee once to give thee strength. Another kiss I gave in friendship's hope.
Space, the final battle.
As our scene shifts to space so deep and dark, or your imagination will hold sway, for neither players nor the stage can mark the great and mighty scene they must portray. So now the preparation made with care, toward the Death Star rise to the noble fleet. By whir of engines rebels take the air, with courage strong their unknown fate to meet. With courage rare, Luke makes initial pass, and blasts his way unto the Death Star's hull. But now maneuvers he too close, alas. Shall he escape the fire's most deadly pull? As rebel spirits of great strength redound, a voice speaks unto Luke as to a son. Luke hears the voice and its familiar sound. 'Tis his old friend and master, Obi-Wan.
Enter the ghost of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Pray trust thy feelings, Luke.
I hear this voice, and know it well. You may speak thou again, and heed the voice, my soul, and trust thyself. On Ben's command, I'll strike a mighty blow.
He shoots and strikes the Death Star. Exit, ghost of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
The battle heats as Vader and his men approach the threefold members of Group Gold. The Empire's hate will be fulfilled when Darth makes his power known with bulbs full gold.
I shall destroy the rebels vile myself. Just give me thy good cover and 'tis done. Now shoot I once, and death is the result.
So much of desolation and of death. Is this rebellion worth the lives here lost? Yet I would gladly my life give to it, thus reason not the need, my troubled soul.
Whilst all the rebels mourn the loss of life, upon the Death Star tensions have been proved. The rebels' plan hath reared the threat of strife, but Governor Tarkin stands assured, unmoved.
The rebels' sharp attack has been well probed, and now it doth appear a danger looms. I do confess my love to thee, dear Shirley, and would my very life lay down for thee. Wouldst thou that I make ready thine own ship, that thou may flee should fighting turn to death?
Retreat whilst we do win the day, you jest. Forsooth, I stand unmoved, like a rock. Red Leader with the others, 12 and 10, make their descent into the trench with speed. Their bravery, cunning, and their acumen may give these men the victory they need. Dost thou agree it should be in our sights?
The interference has become too wide.
Red 5, canst thou yet see them where they standest?
I see no ships, but wait! Aye, they approach! They come at point 35.
I see them now.
My ship hath come in range of that sly port, the port that hath evaded us so far, but now the target shall be mine, if ye, good friends, may hold them there a while. I shall this battle end with one swift stroke.
Close in, my lads. We three shall ride as one.
Aye, almost there.
Darth Vader shoots. Explosion. Red 12 dies.
Pray, fire, else we die too.
Aye, almost there.
They set upon my back. I can no more withstand their quick attack.
Vader shoots. Explosion. Red 10 dies.
I shoot for rebels' glory, shoot. The blast had left the shaft.
Has tick! Is victory yet within our sights?
Alas, my finest effort I have given, and yet the blast falls errant and doth miss the mark. 'Tis but an impact on the surface.
Red Leader, be thou not dismayed. We shall protect thee even now. Turn thou toward the point 05, and we shall cover thee.
Nay, save me not. My engine has been crushed, and death is welcome now. Instead, dear Luke, good wench, brave Biggs, be thou prepared for thy run, for thou art now our only hope.
Darth Vader shoots. Explosion. Red Leader dies.
Once more into the trench, dear friends. Once more. The death of our dear friends we see today, and by my troth, their souls shall be avenged. I was not angry since I came to space until this instant. Strike at us, and thou shalt know the power of the force, thou brute, thou empire full of hate and evil deeds. Our cause is for the truth, for righteousness, for anyone who e'er oppression knew. 'Tis not rebellion for the sake of one. 'Tis not a cause to serve a privileged few. This moment shall resound in history for every person who would freedom know. So Biggs, stand with me now and be my aid, and Wedge, fly at my side to lead the charge. We three, we happy three, we bandit brothers, shall fly unto the trench with thrusters full.
We stand with thee, ever ready for the fight.
At that quick pace thou shalt escape before thy speedy ship is blown in twain?
'Twill be like Beggars Canyon back at home.
The youth descended at once into the trench, wherein their fate shall surely written be. Darth Vader, close behind, prepares to quench his thirst upon the blood of martyrs free.
We shall stand fast at hand to give thee help.
My scope doth show the tower, but the port appeareth not. How certain art thou, Luke, that our computers can hit the mark?
Good pilot, watch thyself. Increase to full.
I prithee, but what shall we do about the tower?
Give thou unto the enemy thy thoughts, but let the tower be my concern alone. Now, R2, Fix the stabilizer that hath once more come unhinged. Bree, fix it fast.
Now shall I be not fool, but fix.
The fighters are behind us at point 3. They come upon my rear too fast. Alack, I have been hit and must depart, my friends.
I get clear, good wench. Thou shalt not have our cause if thou shalt fight not. Anon, live to fight another day with me.
Oh, with all my heart, I truly wish thee well.
Aye, let him go, the leader we pursue.
Make haste, O Luke. Methinks they approach even faster than before. I shall not hold them back for long.
Darth Vader shoots. Explosion. Biggs dies.
That ever I should see this day, oh woe. My childhood friend from Tatooine now slain, protecting me from harm. Thou owest to life, dear Biggs, sweet Biggs, and thou hast paid. And now 'tis down to me, the boy turned warrior, to be still my errant heart, and seek the Force.
The leader now is mine.
Take care, sweet R2-D2. Come back, I pray.
Luke's ship comes closer to the little port, while Vader and his crew draw all too near. Young Luke to his computer doth resort, until he hears the speak in his ear.
Enter Ghost of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, use the Force, dear Luke. Let go and trust.
I sense the Force in this one here, almost as if I did my younger self spy.
I prithee trust me, Luke. All shall be well.
The hearing of these words is like a balm unto my soul. So shall I trust the Force, and not this fallible computer here.
Darth Vader shoots. R2-D2 is hit.
Small R2-D2 have been lost.
Commander, thou mayst fire when thou hast made all goodly preparation thereunto.
Now face thy death, thou rebel.
Now when the thrice brave Han is on the scene, the smuggler hath returned on errand kind. With sly approach he makes his way unseen, and slays the Imperial pilots from behind.
Explosion! Imperial pilots 1 and 2 die.
But how?
Darth Vader exits in confusion, his ship spinning out of control.
Thy path is clear, young Luke. Now do thy deed and let us all make way back home.
I stretched my feelings out and used the Force. And on the instant seemed the portal vast, not small or difficult to strike, but large. The ship is armed, and now I take the chance to blast away, and with it all our hopes.
The laser hits its mark with certain aim, and as the Death Star arms to strike the base, the chain reaction sets the orb aflame. The Death Star hath exploded into space.
Thy timely blast hath hit the perfect mark. 1 in a million was thy force-filled shot.
Remember me, O Luke. Remember me, and ever shall the Force remain with thee.
The rebel base on Yavin 4. Enter Luke Skywalker from ship with Princess Leia and Wedge. Hurrah!
Oh, Leia.
Luke, thou didst succeed.
Enter Han Solo.
Hey ho!
My friend, I knew thou wouldst return. I knew thou must. 'Twas in thy spirit good.
Nay, should a pirate let another take his own reward?
Thou gentle soul, I knew thou were of sterner stuff than money made.
Enter R2-D2, injured, and C-3PO.
Oh, R2, canst thou hear me speak?
Canst thou prepare? Say thou canst, I beg. If any of my parts be of use, pray say the word.
Fear not, he'll be made whole.
We shall at once begin our best repair. Exit C-3PO, R2-D2, and Wedge.
Now ends a noble quest, a battle won. Now hath the true adventure reached its goal. Now hath the good rebellion faced its foe and triumphed, though it seemed that all was lost.
Along the way, dear friends were lost. Along the way, strange creatures have we found. The stories have been told, the villains met. the griefs and exultations all played out.
A chance for new beginnings we have made, directing hearts unto the rebels' cause. These are the Star Wars we have fought and won, for now our battles and our scenes are done.
Enter chorus as epilogue.
Now dawns a new day with the sun of peace, the day whereon the rebels welcome fate. For from their enemies they find release, and now with mirth they come to celebrate. Young Luke, strong in the force, doth walk beside the noble Han, whose valor won the day. The rebels form an aisle and rise with pride, as Luke and Han march forth in grand display. Now Leia smiles and gives them their reward, as each bows low with hope and joy sincere. C-3PO and R2 now restored. Look on as brave Chewbacca sounds the cheer. There let our heroes rest free from attack, till darkness rise and the Empire striketh back.
About never saying never and never being told what you can or cannot do. This is one of us. Before I got to fighting, or when fighting got to me, I looked to find examples on the field of chivalry, and I saw mighty arms, much stronger than my arms could ever be. So I thought perhaps that field was not for me. But still I stayed and watched the fighting, till one figure stood apart, in armor newly fashioned, and a helm more pot than art. But each blow was thrown with honor and the lightness of the heart. So I took that step which soon became a start. 'Cause she was not the biggest fighter, nor one to raise a fuss, but I remember being proud that she was one of us, and we might never stand together in a shield wall side by side. Because of her I lift my sword with pride. She was ladylike and lively, not the type you would expect, with a braver heart than many and a slot shot to respect. And I guess she'd once decided this was where she'd like to be, and I thought if she could do it, why not?